from Senator Debbie Stabenow's office yesterday as it relates to Battle Creek, and she's here to talk about it this morning with us. Senator, good morning.
Well, good morning, Richard. It's good to be with you.
Thanks for being with us today. It wasn't that long ago we talked with Julia Bradsher at the International Food Protection Training Institute in Battle Creek, and we learned a little bit about what they're doing. Turns out their purview is getting bigger, isn't it?
It is getting bigger, and this is really great news, and it really is such a compliment to what's going on at the Institute, all the people working there, and to the whole Battle Creek community. So what's happening, they've just been given a new federal designation as a federal center to implement training that is needed now under the new Food Safety Modernization Act. And what this means is they're going to be doing training across the country for our small farmers, particularly small businesses, under the new act that's really increasing the quality of our food safety standards. So there's a national institute. They've just been given the designation for that. And then there are going to be regional training centers around the country. But when you think about it, Battle Creek is going to be the national hub for the training for food safety for our farmers and small businesses. So this is great both in terms of the designation, but also the new focus on Battle Creek.
So what were we doing up to now as this training was concerned? Was it handled a different way?
Well, actually, there hasn't been training. And so the Food Safety Modernization Act, which covers under the FDA all the food inspections other than meat, poultry, and eggs, which is done by Department of Agriculture. So everything else, fruits and vegetables and all other kinds of food products, the Food Safety Modernization Act, for the first time, has required new safety guidelines for farmers and for everyone involved in the food chain. And this is being phased in over the next few years. And when this law was being proposed, I was very concerned that we make sure that particularly our small farmers and small businesses have access to the information, education, technical assistance, and so on, to meet the new rules. There's one thing if you're a big enterprise and you can have your own in-house staff, doing training and so on. But for our small farmers and small businesses, I was very concerned. So a bill of mine got included in here to set up this training. And so I'm thrilled that it's actually going to be done in Battle Creek at the Institute. And basically, this is making sure these new guidelines on food safety are something that our farmers understand and have assistance for. And why is this important? Well, back when the Food Safety Modernization Act was first passed, 1 out of 6 people had some kind of foodborne illness in a given year. So from a consumer standpoint, this is really important for all of us and our families. And it's also great for our growers to have this kind of assistance.
Well, you hear about those stories about lettuce or spinach or that sort of thing that might get tainted, and we would presume that this will help minimize those incidents.
Absolutely. Over the years, you hear about spinach, lettuce, cantaloupes that have been in the news in the past, and the whole, every once in a while, as consumers, we'll see recalls related to positive tests for salmonella or listeria or E. coli and so on. So this is all focused on increasing the quality standards in terms of food safety. And then the part that Battle Creek Institute is playing, is to make sure that our farmers and small businesses and processors have the technical help, education, support they need to be able to meet the new quality food safety standards.
Were there other organizations in other states that were vying for this, or did we have a pretty good shot at it?
Well, both. I would say, yes, there were many others around the country that were interested in doing this, but because of the expertise in Battle Creek and the Food Protection Training Institute being there already, they really, I believe, had a leg up. Also, when I wrote the Farm Bill back in 2014, we specifically designated the International Food Protection Training Institute in Battle Creek as an important part of what needs to be done and what will be done going forward on food protection. So a lot of folks wanted this, and there's regional centers being set up around the country, and a lot of competition for that as well. But they really, because of the expertise and the terrific work being done in Battle Creek, were able to win the competition. So I think it's terrific.
All right. Does this mean a federal shot in the arm funding-wise for them?
It does. It's $200,000 a year in funds, and importantly, a real shot to the community. I think as folks are coming in to do training, we're going to see more people coming into Battle Creek, from around the country. So all those things that come with that when somebody's coming in for a number of days for training will help boost the local economy as well.
All right. Well, that's very interesting news. We appreciate the time you've given us to talk about it. Come back anytime you want.
I will.
All
okay,
right.
Take care.
You too. Senator Debbie Stabenow on WBCK. And you might recall just a few weeks ago we did talk with Dr. Bradsher from the IFPTI, and we'll talk to her again about this. And really what's interesting, in addition to this designation, that the Institute has only been established since 2009. So they've done some quick work, and this designation is tremendous for them as well. So we'll bring you up to speed on that from their perspective before too much longer as well.